Hello there, Taurus. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of April 15th through the 21st. I have cleared your cards already, so I'm just putting the final shuffle on them before I put them down. We are going to be looking at some of the major themes for the week in different areas of your life. So let's just take a peek. These are general readings, so please keep in mind that not every energy I see here will apply to every single Taurus who watches this video. If you would like to have a private reading where I can look at your individual life, feel free to contact me. I love to read. All my contact information is on my website, www.amista.info. I-N-F-O. All right, let's get started. Taurus, the first thing that I have coming up for you talks to me about your environment. And your environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. So, what I'm seeing is that your environment is really allowing you to make progress towards those financial goals that you have. It's a place that doesn't detract from your plans or your hopes. So, if this is home, this talks about the rent or the mortgage is not so big that you can't save up money. If this is work, this talks about that the income is good enough to help you reach the goals that you want to have. So, whatever environment this is very supportive of you financially, especially in making goals and following through on the steps to get to them. Now, Taurus, looking at the next thing that I have, this talks to me about your subconscious leanings. So these are things that don't always come up to the front of the brain, to the conscious thought, but they're always going on in the background, sort of. Okay, so the main theme we have coming up for the week of the 15th to the 21st is that there is somebody that you are what's the word? Collaborating with. Thank you. Collaborating with, and it feels to me like you really don't want to keep collaborating with this person. Now, this can be at work. This can be that you're planning a family get together with this person. This can be that you're in a band and you're collaborating with somebody you don't want to be collaborating with in the band. So you kind of have to figure out, where that fits for you. But there is a collaboration that you really don't want to continue with, and your subconscious is working on, how can I end this collaboration without any consequences that I'm not happy about? All right, so that's subconscious leanings. Next thing, Taurus, that we're looking at talks to me about your learning style and your communication style. So right now you are picking up energy or picking up information, I should say, like crazy. Some of you may actually be in school, studying, being exposed to a lot of new things that you've never been exposed to before. Others of you, it may just be that your curiosity is leading you to exposure of things you've never been exposed to before, but you are learning lots of new things, and it seems like almost to the point of overwhelmment, so much new information coming into you during the week, Taurus. Now, communication style, let's take a peek at that. Taurus, for this week, I feel like your communication style is very fast, very direct, very to the point. I think for a lot of people, you are definitely trying to bring up the good whenever you communicate as well as the bad. Like when I see your communication style, part of what I see is a rose. And we all know that roses are beautiful. So your communication is very eloquent. It's very beautiful. You're probably making the person feel good about themselves. But a rose also has the thorns. So there's a little bit of sarcasm mixed in with all this other stuff in your communication. To me, this feels like there's something going on as a main theme this week, Taurus, where you're feeling a little bit passive aggressive. You don't feel really comfortable just coming out with exactly what's bothering you, but you feel comfortable enough to make a few little barbs so people might get a hint at it. That's what I have showing up for you, Taurus. Okay, now looking at work. For me, work is two things. Work comes up to me as that way that we make a living, or if we're not actually earning money, how we feel productive in the community. And then work also comes up as those things that we do to improve our own character. Okay, so as far as how you guys are making a living, what comes up for work for y'all? Gosh, Taurus, I feel like a lot of you feel really terribly stuck in your work for a living. Like you feel like, okay, I've got a great job. I've got good benefits, great pay. Everybody else would be jealous to have this job, but it depresses me. And I don't think that that's too strong. Looking at the card that I've got here, I think this job depresses you. I think you don't know what to do. You want to get out of that job, but it's so the benefits and the pay are good enough that that really makes it uncomfortable for you to leave and start over again somewhere else. But I feel like this job is really getting you down. Now, let's look at inner work. Taurus, I feel like a lot of you are really learning about energy and energy manipulation, how you can make energy flow, and how you can improve energy, and how you can suppress energy. You're learning a lot about energy. That's your inner work, and you're figuring out, how can I apply this to my life? That's what I see coming up as your inner work. Lucero Leandro. Hello, hello. Beautiful name. I hope you're well today. I will be answering one question, by the way, after this weekly reading. So if you have a question you would like me to look out for you, go ahead and type it into chat now. Once I'm done going through the reading for Taurus, then I'll take a peek at questions, and whichever one Spirit nudges me to answer, that's the one that I'm going to answer after the end of this. Okay, let's look next for Taurus at that part of you that's being grown or expanded this week, Taurus. What we have coming up is you are trusting your intuition a little more than you used to. And you're starting to follow that intuition and follow that leading. And so you will probably be starting, you'll probably be starting something new because it feels right, because the intuitive nudge is there. And as you start that new thing, it may not be the most sane thing. Other people may say, "What on earth are you thinking?" But you just know that you know that you know that it feels right. And you may be doing that more than once during this week, with that coming up as the position where you're being grown or expanded. The next thing that I'm looking at for you, Turians, talks to me about those things that you stand for. Looks to me like you have been offering some good ideas to people in your sphere of influence. Maybe you're kind of an informal mentor. Maybe you're a formal mentor. Maybe you're a life coach. But you've been offering some good ideas to people in your sphere of influence. And somebody has come up and said, "Why do you care? Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to help that person? Why are you saying that? Are you sure that's even helpful?" Who knows what they're saying, but they're coming at you about you trying to help somebody. And so you're having to tell them, "Hey, you know what? I stand by this. This is a good thing. If you don't like it, then that's okay. You don't have to do it, but I'm cool with it." All right. So then the next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about how other people perceive you. Right now, from the outside looking in, what other people are seeing is they are seeing that you're frustrated, that you're trying to get something accomplished and it's not happening. Okay. So this is my card that I always take with a little bit of a grain of salt, because somebody from the outside looking in may or may not have an accurate picture. They may or may not know the full story. So like I said, I would take that card with a grain of salt, but may not really be what's going on with you, but it's how somebody is perceiving you. Okay. The next thing that we're looking at, Taurus, for a theme for the week is lesson or experience. I think that you're getting some really great ideas about something, whether it's about work, whether it's about how to make a relationship move forward, whether it's about a hobby that you have, whether it's about something new that you want to do, whether it's about starting a new business. There's some kind of new inspired idea, and this idea has you all amped up. You're revving. You're ready to roll with it. Okay? That's going to be coming in right around Thursday, maybe late Wednesday, early Friday, but I feel like that's going to show up Thursday-ish, maybe. Maybe we should say that. All right? And so once you get this inspired idea, we've got some other themes coming in. One is that I think you're talking to somebody about this inspired idea. And I think that that other person that you're talking to, or that other entity, whether it's a group or whatever that you're talking to, really likes this idea too. They're giving you the go ahead. "Hey, yeah, let's do this." Or, "Hey, yeah, please do that. That would be so beneficial." Okay. The other thing that we have coming up too is that whatever this inspired idea is that you're moving forward with, I feel like this actually does one of two things For some of you, this is going to give you more energy. For some of you, this will just be like health, body-wise, more energy, literally giving you more energy. But for others of you, I think this is going to be actually loosening up the finances, loosening up the budget. Okay. And we kind of had the budget sort of come up before in your environment. So budget may be a theme for you Taurians during this week. Okay. So that might help you loosen up the budget. This may be a good idea about how to get out of that collaboration that you don't want to be in. Maybe your subconscious has found it and brought it to consciousness by the end of the week. Okay. Once we get completely to the end of the week, what we see is plans that you had before, maybe even long-term plans. I'm hearing that they start to unravel, but my feeling on this is more that you are starting to unravel them. I think you're starting to realize some of the long-term plans that you had before may not be your priority anymore. And so you may be making changes to those long-term plans. You may be deciding to go in a whole different direction. And so you're making those course corrections and adjustments to be able to do that. Okay? So that is your reading for the week, Taurus. I hope sincerely that you find it helpful. If you guys would like to have a private reading with me, feel free to check out my website, find my contact information, and contact me, and we'll get that scheduled for you as quickly as possible. I usually don't have a very long wait time. My website is www.amista.info. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here and for keeping me on my toes. You all have a fantastic week. Peace out.